What is going on, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be doing my last long form schedule prediction for a college football team. So my last long video schedule prediction will be on the Auburn Tigers. And this is a team I'm excited to talk about. And I had to get a video in talking about this team and predicting their schedule in 2025. This is an Auburn team that has had a couple of underwhelming seasons with Hugh Freeze, but the talent is certainly there heading into next season after multiple top 15 recruiting classes and a very good transfer portal class. They added the number one receiver in the transfer portal in Eric Singleton Jr. They got four stars Malcolm Simmons, Perry Thompson, and a couple other guys coming up, and of course the electric five-star receiver in Cam Coleman. This is one of the youngest and deepest receiver corps in the nation. They add two of the top offensive linemen out of the portal in Xavier Chaplin and Mason Murphy. And this is a team that returns over 60% of the production on offense and defense. We'll see how their interior on the offensive line does. They have some work to do there. They also lost a very good running back. They also have a question mark at quarterback with Jackson Arnold coming in. He is a five-star, but he definitely underperformed for Oklahoma. He needs to be more consistent, but he definitely has the receiver room to back him up. Arnold didn't have the greatest season last year, but he is a five-star, and a lot of his receivers got injured at Oklahoma last season. And defensively, this is a defense that really didn't make a lot of big moves, and they are looking good on defense. They got some young guys coming up, and they should be good again. They've been pretty consistent on defense under Hugh Freeze. We'll see how this team does and how Hugh Freeze can develop as a head coach. The recruiting is there, but how can he develop the talent, and how will this team be on game day? It's never going to be easy in the SEC. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into predicting their schedule for 2025. And they will open the season with a very important and intriguing Week 1 matchup at Baylor. I think this is one of the more underrated games heading into next season, especially in the non-conference. These could be two sleeper playoff teams and two teams that are looking for a big win that could break them through. We know how this Baylor team has done in the past with Dave Aranda. He has led them to some very good seasons, even a double-digit win season. Dave Aranda definitely saved his job last year. He was in the hot seat. After going 3-9 in 2023, this team turned it around and went 8-5 with explosive breakout players like Sawyer Robertson at quarterback, Bryson Washington, the young sophomore, coming back at running back. They also got very good receivers in Josh Cameron and Ashton Hawkins, and they add a guy in Kobe Prentice who has been there at Alabama for a couple of years. He hasn't played a huge role, but this is a talented guy, and I do think he is going to break through. I think he will at least have 600 receiving yards for this team and possibly a lot more. Kobe Prentice is a guy to watch out for. This Baylor team is top 10 in the country in return production, and I think they will have one of the most productive offenses in the nation. And defensively, they add some very good guys, especially at linebacker with Travion Barnes and Amarion Winston. Two guys that are very talented, especially Travion Barnes, who had over 100 tackles last season. They had Devin Turner in the back end with returning Devin Bobby and Tevin Williams, both seniors. This defense is going to be much improved, and I think they're going to be good. This is a team with some very good tests early season, and I do think they're going to be able to win a couple of them. I really like this Baylor team. I think they're going to get off to a hot start. I think they have the returning talent. And honestly, I just don't think this game favors Auburn on the road. I think Baylor has more of the pieces fit in, and I think Auburn will drop this game and move to 0-1. They will then bounce back and play Ball State. Ball State has been one of the worst FBS teams for a minute. They really don't have much going for them, and I do expect Auburn to win this game easily and move to 1-1. They will then play South Alabama at home the following week. This will definitely be one of the tougher of their two Group of 5 tests. South Alabama is a team that could take another step forward in year 2 under Major Applewhite. They did lose Gio Lopez, but I do like the pickup of Zach Pyron at quarterback. He was a really good runner for Georgia Tech and showed some good things. They got some solid skill guys, and they do have their best runner back in Kentrell Bullock back. Regardless, though, Auburn is the better of the two teams and way more talented. I think they win it and move to 2-1. The road slate of games early in the season for Auburn is very tough. They will have to go to Oklahoma to play a good Oklahoma team that beat them last year. This is probably going to be a battle of the two teams with a lot to prove and probably both going to be better. I think these teams have pretty similar rosters and coaching staffs. But I have to take the quarterback for Oklahoma and John Mateer and their home field advantage. And I'm also taking their defense over Auburn. I know Auburn has some very good talented receivers, but how good is Jackson Arnold going to be against his former team? I don't know how that's going to fare for him, but on the road, I do think Auburn will drop this game. I like this Oklahoma team, and I do expect Auburn to lose another road game and move to 2-2. Back-to-back away games against above-average SEC teams is going to be tough. They have to go to College Station and play Texas A&M, one of the tougher places to play in the nation. This is an A&M team that is top in the SEC for return in production, top 6 in the nation. And they add a 1,000-yard receiver in Casey Concepcion. They got Marcel Reed and two very good backs coming back. They have one of the best offensive lines in the SEC and a very solid defense. I like this team heading into U2 under Mike Elko. They have a very well-rounded squad. And again, this is just another tough one for Auburn. I just don't think they will be able to win this type of game early in the season. Some of those pieces on the roster will have to gel. I think Auburn loses this game and moves to 2-3. They will then have another brutal test, but it is off of a bye week against Georgia, a team that they have given trouble in recent memory. 2 years ago, Auburn almost beat this team at home. They really should have won that game. Now, look, this is a different Auburn team from where they were 2 years ago. I think they're going to be much better and more talented. And I think they have the receivers that could take it to that Georgia secondary. They have this game at home off of a bye week. I could totally see them having a good enough game plan to make this game a close one and win it. And I am going to make the bold prediction and say Auburn upsets Georgia. Georgia is a disciplined team, but this is a different era of college football. Upsets happen a lot more. Auburn had a couple of tough away losses, but I do like them in this game at home to win it and move to 3-3 in the upset. After a good win over Georgia and some momentum heading into their next slate of games, I think they can beat Missouri at home. Missouri is a team that just needs a lot from their offense. They don't have great production. They got a good receiver in Kevin Coleman Jr., but they need guys outside of him to step up. Bo Perbula should be okay. He's a good runner, but he should be one of the lower end quarterbacks in the SEC. One upside for this team is the running back with a 1,000-yard back in Ahmad Hardy, and I do like this defense. They should be a bowl team or better, but I do think this game favors Auburn at home. Missouri is just losing a ton of NFL talent, especially on offense. Give me Auburn to win this game at home and move to 4-3. Playing at Arkansas could be a tricky one. Taylor Green is a good quarterback who could possibly make it tough for this Auburn defense. But I do like this Auburn team. I think they will be rolling at this point in the season. And Arkansas just has questions with Sam Pittman. He's still on the hot seat. They did make a bowl game last season, but an easy schedule helped them. And the defense has some big question marks. I like Auburn to win this game on the road. I think they will have it together. I think they win it and move to 5-3. After that, they will get Kentucky at home. This is another game that I think favors Auburn heavily. It could be a closer one. Maybe Auburn struggles with that Kentucky defense. It could be a battle at the line of scrimmage. I do think Kentucky's going to be a bit better next season, and they should be all right at the line of scrimmage with some of the pieces they made on the defensive line. Zach Calzada is an underrated quarterback, in my opinion. He's one of the more under the radar FCS quarterback pickups. Everybody's talking about the Iowa quarterback, but Zach Calzada is not that bad. But Auburn does have this game at home, and they are much more talented heading into next season. I do think they will have the receiving core to take advantage of a somewhat weak Kentucky secondary. Give me Auburn to continue the momentum, winning this game, and moving to 6-3. I would love to pick Auburn to go through a 5-game stretch before the bye week with all wins, but I just do not trust Hugh Freeze like that. They always find ways to slip up in those weird games, and they find ways to underperform, and a road test at Vanderbilt is not going to be easy. I think people are so low on this Vanderbilt team. So many people are predicting them to miss a bowl game. And that honestly lets me down. This is a team that has some good weapons. They got one of the best tight ends in the nation in Eli Stowers. They got a good quarterback in Diego Pavia and Cedric Alexander at running back. They have a solid defense and some solid portal additions as well. They really didn't lose anybody from last year important. And look, I don't think they just got lucky last season. They had some solid guys. And I think they're able to take it to Auburn in this game. I think Auburn drops this game on the road. And honestly, I wouldn't consider this a huge upset. I think they lose it and move to 6-4. Off of the bye week, though, they will get an FCS team in Mercer. This will be an easy win for Auburn. Mercer is always getting beat up by SEC teams. Give me Auburn to win this game and move to 7-4, moving into the Iron Bowl. And they do finish the season with the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm not even going to mess around with the upset in this game. We know how it went 2 years ago. Auburn was so close to beating this team if it wasn't for the last second Hail Mary by Jalen Milroe. But I am expecting Alabama to be very disciplined next season, and they have it at home. They got Ryan Grubb back on the staff with Kalen DeBoer as the OC. I think this will be one of the more disciplined and best coaching staffs in the country. Kalen DeBoer is going to do great things in year two. And I just don't think Auburn has what it takes to beat this team. I think they drop this game and move to 7-5 on the season. I don't know how Auburn fans would feel about this season. Some people might not like it with the talent that they have, but some people might just be grateful that they make a bowl game. And the SEC is not going to be easy. They got some tough games on there. I don't think they're quite ready to make that big step or leap. They have good talent, definitely at wide receiver. But as a whole, how will the line of scrimmage fare? How will Jackson Arnold be at quarterback? Those are question marks for me. And when I look at the landscape of the SEC, I don't see Auburn at the top of it, at least yet. But anyways, you guys leave your prediction for this Auburn team down in the comments below. And let me remind you guys to like the video and also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And if you guys love college football, then you'll love this channel because we upload a ton of college football content and we basically cover everything on this channel. So definitely consider subscribing. And also consider checking out my socials down in the description below. But that is going to do it, guys, and peace out.